Meow.
All right, we are live. Yes, so we are live, and welcome back to another episode of C&C Bros. It's been a long time. We've all had our own things, being busy. We actually could have done a podcast about a week ago, but then I forgot, and then I got busy with something else, and then we had to postpone because people's schedules are bad.
I'm in the middle of finals week, guys.
And I'm in the middle of working, like always, so it doesn't matter. So, yeah, we're here today. Some things have happened over our month-long hiatus. George has beaten Breath of the Wild. I've beaten P5 about 2 weeks ago. And Shelly, I don't even know if he's beaten Breath of the Horizon Zero Dawn.
I mean, yeah, Breath of the Horizon.
No, I got back on it like 2 days ago, and I was going to play it again today, but I was tired.
Shelly has not beaten Horizon yet.
I have not beaten Horizon yet because I took like a 2-week break.
I understand this. That's how I feel about Kingdom Hearts. I beat Kingdom Hearts yesterday. But yeah, so we've just been hanging around, basically, doing different things. Is anybody watching anything new as far as anime goes? Because I know, Shelly, you're trying to fill the void that was Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Not succeeding.
Honestly, you should get into My Hero Academia. Now that it's got a season 2, I think you'll enjoy it a lot more, binging.
You know what's the sad thing? I was like, I might just watch it dubbed and just see how that goes.
Yeah, because I hear the dub's good.
Oh, but wait, I said I was also going to start Kekai Sensen.
I don't know. I thought you were going to start Iron-Blooded Orphans, George.
That never happened, and that's done.
Yeah.
You see, what had happened was
Taco Bell's making a naked chip come May 11th.
What the fuck? What does that even mean?
It's a chicken nugget. It's one of those. Remember those naked tacos that was like nothing but like fried chicken as a shell?
Bruh. Love me some naked chicken chalupas.
Those were good, but they're making chips now out of the chicken.
So they're chicken tenders?
They're chicken nuggets.
Because they're shaped like nachos.
Let me send you the link that I found.
I'll reveal your true form.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to ask you a real question. You've been to
Go ahead.
You've been to McDonald's before. What comes in a meal?
I don't know, like a drink, fries, and the sandwich.
Okay.
Drink.
All right. So obviously, everyone in America should know that a meal comes with fries and a drink.
Did she ask you what comes in the meal?
I don't know why. How many times I get asked? The fries come with that meal? I don't know. Would you order the meal? Does the drink come with that? I don't know, man. Why would it?
I will say that I've been eating at Hardee's a lot more lately for breakfast. Because like those sandwiches are no fucking joke. I can't eat that every day. But those breakfast biscuit,
Exactly like that. Just
Yeah, it's just that easy, huh?
It's just that easy.
Just that easy.
But yeah, there's what I found.
That's fucking disgusting.
Well there. They might have just did something.
Is that the Wendy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't seen her drawn as an anime girl? That's like the new thing right now. Everybody's doing it.
Smug anime girl.
Oh wait, actually, I think I have actually.
Every time I see her, I always imagine that she's doing that laugh, like. that fucking smug ass anime girls do.
Who is it next to her? Paco?
Taco Bell, dude.
I'm pretty sure that's Paco.
Little Wetumpka?
Nah, he's black.
Wow.
For anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about, what game was that? What game was that, Shelly? Yeah, Beyond Two Souls. Like, there's like a segment of the game where you're like a hitman, not a hitman, but like a special ops soldier, like going through like an African or like a North African country,
Love
or
Resident
town.
Evil 5.
How the hell did we get to that point?
And
again?
I don't remember anything about that game except Little Wetumpka and Willem Dafoe.
Light Yagami.
But yeah,
No, Ryuk, sorry.
yeah, Ryuk. So like basically, you're going through, and this little orphan or this little kid, he's like a little black kid, African, obviously, but he's just following you around, and you don't know his name. He never says his name, but he helps you out, and he's doing cool shit with you. And I named him Little Wetumpka because I couldn't figure out a name, and I didn't know what a good African name was, so I ended up naming him like a Southeastern American, like Native American name.
The entire internet at your disposal, and you chose
George,
that.
this was years ago. And also, Little Wetumpka's a lot more fun to say than, like, I don't know.
You had access to the internet when Beyond Two Souls came out. Don't tell me you ain't have access to the internet.
ResNet was awful.
Yeah, you're right. We were at the mercy of ResNet, and we took any entertainment that we could possibly get.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Been on ResNet.
ResNet was and always will be a bitch. But
not if you're on the same. Not if you're closer to the router, and not close to everybody who was on the same floor as you torrenting porn.
That is true.
College is great, kids. Stay in school.
Oh god, I remember my second room. It was right next to the router. Good times, good times.
Close to the IGA group.
I did not. Shelly, you should do that.
Oh, did you hear Greg Miller got married?
Craig?
Greg Miller.
Greg Miller?
Yeah, he got married.
Craig
from Degrassi?
Bruh.
Craig!
No!
Brian knows he loved Craig's story.
Shut up. That show was entertaining in like the wrong way.
I know it shocks Brian to find out that Craig's dad was beating him.
He's beating him! He's beating his ass! No, but like, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Craig Miller? Kind of funny guy?
Greg Miller.
Yes, Greg Miller is the kind of funny guy.
I always think it's Craig.
I don't even watch Kind of Funny anymore. I'm just still following him on Twitter.
Aww.
I don't really watch them except when I see like a topic that seems interesting to me. And then I'll watch like 10 minutes and then I'll stop.
I don't know why. I feel like they lost some followers after that whole Colin thing.
I don't know. Apparently there's a random Google doc link that's being sent out to Google Drive, and don't click on it.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. I don't use my drive that often.
Well, what's in it?
It's a virus. It scams you out of money.
How does it scam me out of money?
Let's see.
How's it gonna scam me out of something I don't have?
It's a phishing attack. It steals your information.
So, what's it gonna do with it?
I don't know. Fucking sell it. Use it. Take your Social Security.
He doesn't want my Social Security.
Similar.
My credit's good now. But yeah. So, George, back to the actual topics, George has been playing Breath of the Wild, so why don't you tell us what your final impressions were? Because that's a big-ass game. And I know you said you did like as much as you could handle.
Yeah, I was gonna
100%
say
it.
that I've been playing is like I've been hacking away at 10, 15-minute increments. I've still only beat the game and I've far from completed it. When I finally like
Oh, wait. I heard that you could just jump into the game and just go to the final boss if you really wanted to.
if you really wanted to. You don't want to now that I've played them, but if you really wanted to, you could you would be there for a while.
Good story. Good story.
Good, yeah. They gave you that option, but yeah. Hold on, letting the cat out my room. Okay, but yeah, when I gave Gannon the work, I think I clocked in at like maybe half half of Link's memories that you retrieve, and only a third of the shrines done, which there are 120. I did 40, and a
Shrines are
backlog of
just like
side quests.
little puzzles, right?
Sometimes they're puzzles. Sometimes you have to like fight a guardian. It all depends. Sometimes it's a nice little puzzle. Other times it's like, hey, fight this thing. And then other times there are shrine quests that you complete to get into the shrine. Like at the Spring of Wisdom, you have to have like Nadra's scale or whatever, and then you bring it, dip it in the water, boom, there's a shrine. All that aside, it was a really good experience for me, especially with this being like the first Zelda game that I've completed, because I played other ones, but not enough to see it through to the end. I think the open world aspect really kind of contributed to that, because I could pace it and plot it out the way I wanted to, and with open world games, but also we had this conversation before. A con to them is that sometimes they just get really tedious and it almost seems like a chore.
I can feel that.
Yeah,
because like
I would.
that's the same thing with like any open world game though. It's like you've got so much shit to do, but it becomes repetitive after a while because you just get into the rhythm of it.
Yeah.
And you figure out like all the minutia doesn't matter at that point. Like you've already been surprised and like pleasantly surprised by the game's like attention to detail, but then you're just like, okay, well, of course it's attention to detail. Like I need this. I'm abusing these mechanics.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes like a slugfest for grinding.
I will say that something I would appreciate a little bit more would be that, I wish you could get full exposition for the game's place in the timeline. Well, I won't say full exposition because, obviously, like, the same way, beating Kingdom Hearts on Critical or whatever with everything will net you cutscenes at the end and extra things for story. That I wish.
You wish you had a better ending.
The ending was good. I won't say understood it all. I wish I could have known everything I needed to know about the story without having to go all the way in. Now, I'm not asking for Breath of the Wild in its entirety without having to do all the work, but bare bones, I want to understand, and incoming spoiler or incoming theory, because people have disagreed with this, but it makes sense once you get to the end. Breath of the Wild goes at this portion in the timeline. This is the Sealing War. This is what it is. I get it now, as opposed to doing all the things and then having to lock in that confirmation from seeing all the added scenes.
I'm gonna Google this real quick.
Like details and everything, that's fine. But I guess just being able to understand that this is what it is from like a main idea, first sentence of the paragraph kind of point of view. Which, I mean, to most people, it probably wouldn't even matter. And to others, they probably did enough like research on the timeline to understand or to form their own notions about where it falls in the timeline, either or. I like most people was kind of sad you couldn't pet the dogs, but you can at the very least befriend them, and they show you secret stuff.
Okay, so like spoilers for like Breath of the Wild. Like if you don't want to hear anything about it, like I mean, there's not much spoilers you can have. I mean, it's kind of straightforward anyway, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm reading like an article, like or not an article, but like a little basically it's IGN guessing the place in the timeline, and they're saying that it's supposedly after Twilight Princess.
What?
Yeah, they're saying it's after Twilight Princess because that in a cutscene, Zelda herself references the events of Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time, and Twilight Princess, and they're saying that.
Well, go ahead and finish the statement.
Well, I was just gonna say, and they're saying that like if you look at Hyrule Castle, like all around, they're saying that it like bears a striking resemblance to their Twilight Princess counterparts.
Do they? That's gonna sound weird to say. Do they cite particularly where she states the events of Twilight Princess?
No, they don't. Let me look up the Wikia now, or the fandom Wikia at least. See what they have to say about it, because that's just IGN's opinion. I guess. Let me read this. I didn't think we'd be talking this much about the timeline, but I'm interested in it too. I'd like to play Breath of the Wild one day, but like, I'm not getting a Switch for it right now. Okay, yeah, that's what they're saying on the wiki too. That it's taken. It's not like, explicitly stated, but it's heavily implied that it takes after Twilight Princess. Okay, so we could say that it definitely happens after Ocarina. I'm looking at the fandom wiki.
No, specifically which wiki?
Let me send you the link. All right, send it in chat.
Wiki for a lot of things, so I'm just like, I'm trying to double check. You see what I'm saying?
There, yeah. You can be reading the same thing I am.
It hasn't sent yet, so I'm waiting. There we go. Because, I mean, let me read what you're reading first before I say what I say. So I don't look dumb.
Yeah, I'm reading it too. Sorry, I'm more like in silence right now.
Because, I mean, if it's... Because we already know it happened after Ocarina. Because Ocarina is where the split happens.
Yeah.
The real question is in which split does it happen. So her recounting the events of Ocarina and Skyward Sword is baseless. Recurring the events of Skyward Sword is baseless as it is because that's the first game. Like,
Exactly.
you gonna know that no matter what. I feel them on Calamity Ganon's degrading.
Yeah, that's what I just read.
But because let me pull the line back up. Like, Drew and I straight up, like, we sat for a while on it.
If they're still not citing specific cutscenes where they're talking about it.
That sounds like something that IGN would do.
Oh, this isn't IGN now. This is like a fandom wiki.
Oh, Jesus.
And then Kotaku's fucking article saying Breath of the Wild doesn't fit anywhere on the Zelda timeline.
Right, what the hell do we say about Kotaku?
Exactly.
Real talk, that's kind of what Aonuma was saying, though. Because they have it on, like, Zelda's specific, like, the Zelda wiki, not fandom wiki. They have it stated that Aonuma was talking about how it, like, already takes place in one of the splits of Ocarina. But he said he touched upon the idea that the details of the history of Zelda and timeline as presented in Breath of the Wild may have changed from previous games, similar to how real-world history books are often revised after a while. Needless to say, Aonuma himself doesn't know where it goes in the timeline.
Yeah, it's opaque at best.
In earlier interviews, there was mention of him saying that it takes place in a timeline where Ganon is most present. And that one is at least that one from Proof of Record, like by game release, is the timeline, the split from Ocarina of Time, where the hero fails and Ganon takes over. Because in that you have at least one, two, three. Because I'm counting them, because this is like really small, this image resolution. You have close to 4 games where he's present. It's actually like 3.5, but
well, it could always be like a multiverse theory. Like, it's like, okay, well, you have branching timelines, so they could just do another split.
You are not about to sully this timeline with multiverse theory.
I mean, shit, man. Like, that's a great way to bullshit it.
No, I like it when people try.
I'm not trying. I'm just saying, like, they could always just say, hey, fuck it. Let's just make a timeline where, like, another split. Let's just make another split where it's like after these sealed, he comes back, but he's stronger.
I will not accept.
And it's not. It could be a split to where it's like an alternative reality to like a Twilight Princess, where he comes back in a physical sense, but this time he comes back in like a metaphysical sense and just a spirit.
But yeah, because what we had what I had hashed out before with a friend of mine when we talked about it was that there's a thing that happens in the Hero's Failure era called like the Sealing War. And when you take the context of like what a sealing war is and what it means to seal and suppress a being, it kind of like closely fits in line with the whole task of, gathering the divine beasts to suppress Ganon's power and, combat him. And the fact that he goes Beast Ganon at the end of Ocarina, if it's the timeline where the hero fails, it would only make sense to where he, remains in that beastly form and only like accrues more power over time. But then they had to go in retcon where it's like, this is it. You kill him now. No more. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, fine. So
we don't know.
Yeah.
George's theory sounds most sound. I also haven't played this game, so I don't really have much room to say anything.
I stick with mine because, like, not a whole, it's mine and I'm right kind of thing, but I like it. It makes the most sense. And I, like everybody else who has their own thoughts on it, we're all going to be like, well, until Aonuma finally steps up and says otherwise, we're going to roll with what we roll with. So it's more so me sticking to my guns than debunking anybody else's theory. At this point, anything makes sense. One person theorized that maybe like the 3 splits were actually converging. But that...
Yeah, multiverse theory.
Stop.
Where the timeline just doesn't mean bullshit. This is why you don't add time travel in a game. My god. This is what happens.
It was going fine. It was going fine for a bit.
It was going fine in Kingdom Hearts until they introduced time travel.
Well, I mean, time travel's been in the Zelda series. I'm saying, like, having time travel in there has been fine for a bit. I think you should have threw the games out and then, like, released the timeline later. Because now that you have a timeline, you have to...
You gotta actively, like, find a place to put it in.
You're within constraints. And that whole line about, like, yeah, man, just like how real life history kind of gets revised over time, I'm like, you stop that. Stop that.
Well, yeah. So, your final impressions summarized.
I really like it. Great use of open world. I love all the nods to older games.
Is it better than Witcher 3?
Regardless. I haven't played all the way through Witcher 3. I'll say I enjoyed it more than Witcher. I don't know. Apples and oranges. But
yeah, I mean, like you enjoy that franchise more than Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Whereas I enjoyed Witcher 3 more than 15.
To be fair, that's not hard.
Yeah.
I enjoy Breath of the Wild more than 15, I'll say that.
I don't believe that's harder either.
And I'll probably enjoy it more than Phantom Pain when I start it. Heck, I'm just going to be replaying Breath of the Wild at that point.
Just so you guys know, I just took a Name That 25 Digimon quiz, and I got a 96%.
Look at you.
Damn.
I messed up on the second to last one.
You say messed up or just didn't know?
I just really didn't know.
But yeah, 8.75 out of 10.
8.75. That is fair, and I like that one.
I like that.
I'll go ahead and skip around on the topics, just because, like, while we're on the subject of reviews, like, I'm gonna do like a review with you guys, like, with everybody on the podcast, of Persona 5. Non-spoiler first, and my plans, like, specifically are to get, like, people, if we can get anybody else that's beaten the game, George, that, like, that's in your circle that wants to talk about it, like, and compare it to other games, like, feel free to find somebody if they want to, because this is all depending on when you beat the game finally.
I'll try, I guess.
Because I was asking Drew, but he said he turned the game in because he couldn't sleep. I was like, shit.
Yeah, it was kind of a...
I had to turn the game in because I couldn't sleep.
It was taking a bit, and it just wasn't the time with too much other stuff going on. So he'll come back to it in about 2 years. In the meantime, he's replaying The Answer.
That is a poor substitute.
Nah, he loves it.
I don't. I have no desire to play the answer. Like, I thought about buying FES, and I was like, nope, don't want it.
You mean the cancer?
I could just as easily watch story playthrough on YouTube.
What story playthrough? It's 30 hours of combat.
Exactly. I could just watch like a 30-minute video of the answer.
Brian, didn't you play Borderlands?
I played it for like 2 hours.
Okay, well, since Tales of the Borderlands was on PS Plus, I went ahead and downloaded it.
Oh shit, is it?
Yeah, I went ahead and downloaded Tales of the Borderland and then Abzu, because I heard Abzu was good too. So
I heard Abzu was a poor man's journey.
That's fine, because I really enjoyed Journey for like the hour and 30 I played it.
Look at that.
It's
made by the same company.
Okay, so Final Fantasy 15. Oh, Akira is out for $8.99. I actually might get that.
Like the movie?
Yeah.
On Blu-ray?
No, on PS Plus.
Oh.
Not PS Plus. It's a Golden Week sale on PSN.
Oh. Well,
like, that's basically Blu-ray.
I suppose.
Damn. I'm sorry, I got distracted because I was like, oh shit, Shelly's got PS Plus games out that I haven't heard about since I haven't been on the PSN store for a while. How long does this Golden Week sale last?
Next Tuesday. Started Tuesday, ends Tuesday.
Okay. So Nier Automata.
Or it is next
Tuesday, May 9th at 9 a.m.
Yeah. Cool. Nier Automata, I'm not going to buy that because Alexis has that.
Very good.
Cowboy,
just bum it off her.
Cowboy Bebop, like the entire series, is out for $26.
But I've already
if you want that, I have too.
I'll finish
it ran on Toonami for like I don't know how many years.
Brian, that's not saying much. It ran on Toonami for all those years, and I'm watching it until last year.
Exactly. Let's look at the game.
Ran on Adult Swim.
We're running. This is the full game list. They've got Nier Automata Day 1 Edition. They've got Xenoverse 2, Ninja Storm, Boruto Plus, whatever, Gravity Rush, Final Fantasy 15. These are all like $35 to like $38. Digimon World Next Order. Xenoverse 2 Deluxe Edition.
Double piece.
Tales of Berseria is out for $39, which I might get.
I'm looking for that Vita list, my dude.
Do you have a Vita?
What else did I play Golden on, Brian?
Oh yeah, that's right.
What else am I gonna play P3P on?
I forgot. They've got the first Gravity Rush out for $15. They've got the first Xenoverse out. Fate Extella, that Fate Zero, not Fate, yeah, that Fate Stay Night, fucking
Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, it's a Dynasty War. That's what I was trying to say. Dynasty Warriors game.
Is a Fate Stay Night Dynasty Warriors game?
Yeah, it's called the Umbral Star Extella.
Fate Extella, the Umbral Star. We getting that special edition on the Switch with the nice case, and I'm not gonna buy it because I don't watch the Fate series.
You can play as Archer, and he does the chant.
Wait, George, what did you say?
Fate Extella Umbral Star is getting a special edition on the Switch with case and all.
No, you said you don't watch the Fate series?
No.
You never seen Fate Zero?
Like one episode.
Dude,
it's so good.
Oh my god.
Like, at least watch Fate Zero.
Yeah, dude, at least watch Fate Zero.
Like, that'll get you in. Like, balls deep. Galgun double piece for the PS4 is $24 if you want to like look at some titties and pay. Oh shit! And Catherine's on sale. I need to buy that. I'm actually probably gonna buy that because I need to play it.
Why are you gonna get the PS3 version?
Because they don't have a PS4 version.
I don't know. I think maybe if you buy PS Now.
No, not even in the slightest.
The PS3 port already has input delay and frame drops. You don't want to stream that on your PS4.
Come on, guys. Let's just...
Alexis did that, and I saw how bad it was, and I was like, I don't even want to entertain that
watch
thought.
somebody play Catherine on PS Now. I hurt for them. And then if you're apparently the quality of your stream not only affects your gameplay, but the game's audio. So the songs and audio,
it's a stream.
It'll randomly change in pitch. Not like it'll slow down or, you won't hear anything or there'll be a delay. Like, it'll just change in pitch, and sometimes it just kind of screeches at you, and it's awful.
Let's see. Steins Gate Zero is out for $24. I might end up getting that, or tell Alexis to get it because she likes Steins Gate. That's all the. Go ahead.
Dancing All Night is what? $24, $28? Get on that.
Is it actually on sale? Are you looking at the Vita list?
Yeah.
Read that. Send that link to me of the whole list if you have it. If you're reading it online.
There you go. Don't tell me you got on the store from your PS4 and.
Yeah, I was. I was playing Persona 5, and then I was like, okay.
Boy.
Oh, I was just gonna look from my phone.
Right.
Because I have that app. So. One thing I've noticed when I download shit from work and get home like 5 hours later, and the game's already downloaded and it's fine. Oh, things sure do download faster when it's in rest mode.
Okay, so Catherine's on sale for like $5. I definitely need to hop on that. Where's the Vita list? Oh, here it is.
You got to scroll down there, boy.
Blaze Blue.
Yeah, Chrono Phantasma Extend.
I wonder how is that God Eater game?
I heard it was good. Like, as good as it can be.
All right, do I have everybody here? Oh, God.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night. Do I really want to get a rhythm game?
Yes.
Why?
You want to get Dancing All Night.
Jesus Christ. Steins Gate is for $3.
You want me to tell you why you want to get Dancing All Night, Brian?
Why?
Because it's canon.
I know.
Legend of Korra. I can get Legend of Korra.
George, hurry up and beat P5 so I can talk about the ending with you.
Excuse you. Patient.
No, I don't know. But back to the original topic at hand. I would give the game a 9.4. Or 9.4 to 9.7, somewhere in there. It's hard for me to decide.
I think that's exactly what IGN gave it. Brian, you have to get Sword Art Online.
Which
I don't
one?
want it.
I don't know.
The VR game?
Whichever one costs the least.
Probably Hollow Fragment? Rehollow Fragment?
I'm honest to God, I might buy Akira. Store.
Oh my goodness. No, I can't die here.
Look at all these Dragon Quests that Togashi's playing.
Goodness.
Did you die?
No. I'm saying I can't die here because, good God, it's been a while since I've been at the safe room.
What are you fighting?
Those golden robot dudes. Like the golden robot employees, I guess, right before I get to the treasure. And for some reason, whatever persona I currently have equipped is weak to physical.
Oh, is it like the boss rush of them?
No, it's the Corpo Robo MDLCHs.
Yeah, it's just like 4 of them at a time, and they keep coming in.
Oh, well, that's gross.
Yeah, they're going to keep coming. I think there's 3 or 4 waves of them.
Wait a minute. How was I weak to what they hit? Oh, wait. Who do I have right now? Okay. No, I don't have Daisoju right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you play that game unhindered by me. Like, you're free to do whatever you want.
High chance of bless insta-kill to all foes.
Don't even try. I didn't even touch those instant kill skills. I'll be real honest. Like, Naoto was so good in P4, and now all those skills are trash.
Oh, Brian, did you see the trailer for the Joker in Injustice 2?
No.
I did.
I haven't been on YouTube really today.
Now, this came out like, I don't know, 4 days ago. 4 or 5.
No, I definitely was not on YouTube that day that it came out. I'm pretty sure I was getting drunk.
Getting drunk?
Look at you.
Shit, I really want to buy Akira now, but I get paid tomorrow, so I'll wait. Anyway,
Great.
so next
Master
topic.
Kuka.
Let's see. I already forgot the topics. I'm so sorry. So let's talk about the SNES Classic that might happen.
That doesn't need to happen.
Honestly, I would enjoy that more than the original NES.
But
But
that doesn't need to happen right now.
it has no reason to happen, because if they release that, then that just delays them putting all these titles out on Virtual Console for the Switch.
Wait, are we talking about the SNES Classic?
Yeah, the one that might happen.
I've been waiting to hear about George's rant.
Okay. It doesn't need to happen, and in my opinion, it'll sound weird coming from me, I think it's a dumb idea to try to do it right now. Dumb in the sense of, yeah, there won't really be a reason for you to have a virtual console at this point. And two, if you're putting like the production and manpower into the SNES Classic, that's only going to detract more from the Switch. Like the discussion Brian and I had on, well, yeah, if you keep throwing out Kingdom Hearts and keep trying to patch and optimize it, you're only hindering your manpower to Kingdom Hearts 3, FF7 Remake, and other titles. Like,
Wait, okay, Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't coming out in 2017 anyway.
Yeah, no shit.
Exactly, but it's not like they really helped the case either. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who released an article on that, by the way? Like, someone made news about it, about Kingdom Hearts 3 not coming out in, like, the 2017 fiscal year.
I don't know if you did the article,
7 remake.
But my old manager shared it just to kind of gauge a reaction out of people and praise Microsoft. And then my old roommate got in there and was like, well, what would you expect? This, and that. And then they got into it. And I'm like, look, both of y'all dumb. Microsoft ain't putting nothing out. And we already ain't going to get nothing from Square Enix in the next 2 years.
Oh, no. Like, after Final Fantasy 15 and then whatever else they released, I don't remember.
He thought Microsoft was going to put something out? Like, games-wise?
My boy was hyping up the Scorpio, and I'm like,
there ain't nothing to play it with.
It's like, oh yeah, I can't wait to buy a Steam machine.
What Joker is this, Shelly?
Huh? It's a Joker that they made. See, it feels like a combination of Jared Leto's Joker and maybe like a Joker that they just kind of like made up on their own.
Yeah, because I see Leto a lot in this. I was like, I don't remember seeing anything like his.
I was like, because we've seen so many iterations of the Joker, I was like, well, we'll probably just see some. But I really like the way that one looks.
Me too. I was feeling the hair, like, personally.
That's what I was about to say. I'm feeling the hair and the machete.
I was like, oh shit, they made the Joker cooler. How the hell did they do that?
They gave him a trench coat.
Oh, yep, that's how you do it.
They made him Dante.
Just like it. Been cool if I'd have just done that in the first place.
I didn't want to spoil you.
Oh, nah, like that's been me the whole time. Just been like, oh, that's all I had to do. What a waste.
That's why I don't like that dungeon. Like I think that's like one of my least favorite dungeons, just because. Well, I take that back. The last dungeon is my least favorite dungeon. But I didn't like that one because like the most annoying part about it was the very beginning, where you're just like trying to figure out like which bosses are what, and
Yeah.
you're trying to figure out their weaknesses, and you end up burning through your SP. Because I
And
was
then you
doing
get
like dungeons
halfway
within a
through
day.
and have
Yeah,
to
you get
switch it
halfway
up
through. Yeah, you get
because
halfway through, and you're like, I'm doing so well, and then you run out of every possible amount of SP.
I went in Makoto Haru and Morgana, and it was fine because everything was weak to nuclear, psychic, and wind. And then like somewhere along the line, I switched off of Morgana for on, and stuff was still weak to wind, and I was mad. So I was like, maybe I should switch on off. But then out of nowhere, stuff just started being weak to fire, and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
I would keep Morgana in like the second half because of Miracle Punch or Lucky Punch or whatever it is.
You play Pokemon?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
But I guess back on the subject of
the SNES.
SNES Classic. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to happen for the Switch this year, and I don't think that's gonna happen if they kind of throw resources into the SNES Classic.
No, see, if you release the SNES Classic this year, plus that new 2DS that looks a hell of a lot better, and that I would personally buy over the 3DS.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you, the new 2DS XL is the definitive version. That's what they should have did in the first place.
No, that's the thing we wanted.
Why is it the definitive version? Like, explain that to me, because I was thinking about getting
in my opinion, it's the definitive version, because while 3D worked in some games, it wasn't what people, it wasn't what people wanted. It wasn't what people were about. It was a nice feature, but 3D, like, VR, like motion control, it's kind of gimmicky. You know what I'm saying? So that was gonna fade out quick. You see what Pokemon Sun and Moon, like only one feature in the entire game uses 3D. Then you take the fact that this is in the new 3DS line, quote unquote new, meaning, they up the processing power of it a little bit. So you get faster load times in games like Smash 4. You get more enemies rendered on screen if you're playing Hyrule Warriors Legends, or when you finally get to play Fire Emblem Warriors. And you got the C-Stick, so you don't have to worry about, oh, let me buy this Circle Pad Pro that obviously can't fit on my 2DS because I didn't want to get like a 3DS. Like, it has everything you need right there, and it takes away what you don't need.
So is it cheaper than the new 3DS?
Yeah, $149.99.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm buying that. That's what I wanted. Like, that defeats the need for a new 3DS now.
Yeah.
All you need is a new 2DS.
Low key, if I knew they were gonna do that, I'd have probably just held out. Because that thing looks good. Like,
so yeah, if they release that and the SNES class,
it's gonna hurt.
Stupid.
Yeah, no, maybe. They're very adventurous. I will say that.
It's hella ambitious. Like, I think
because one thing is gonna, these things are gonna cut into each other. Like,
yeah, I'm thinking they still kind of under the impression where it was like 2001, and you drop, Game Boy Advance or whatever, and somebody's gonna buy a Game Boy Advance and somebody's gonna buy a GameCube, but it ain't working like that anymore. Especially when your Game Boy Advance and your GameCube have similar functions. The portability of the Switch or whatever, and the new 2DS XL, like, people gonna have to make a choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's
one of those things fit in my pocket.
The Switch can fit in your pocket if you take the Joy-Cons off and you got on like big basketball shorts. I've seen it done before, dog. It's all right.
One of those things fit in my pocket.
My penis.
Oh, stop that. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm
Is
upset.
that a banana in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
No, it's just my Nintendo Switch.
It's
It
just
happens all the time. I'm upset because I see what they're doing, and they're doing that thing that I always do, and I always get upset about it. When I want to approach a project or an idea, I do too many things at once, and it all kind of falls apart. I see all this stuff that they want to put out, and all this good that they want to do, so they can recover from the backlash that was the Wii U. But they're trying to do too much at once, and it's not going. Nah, you got to focus and partition. And then at the same time, nothing's out yet, so I could just be in my feelings. But you know,
On the subject of like companies, like I'm kind of losing faith in Square Enix at the moment. Not in terms of Kingdom Hearts, because like that was always gonna happen. That way, I never had any illusions about that. But like Final Fantasy in particular, like I'm looking forward to playing 12, but I'm like I thought about it a while ago, and I was like, I'm not that excited for 16, whatever they come up with, unless they like do something right by me, because 15 is left such a sour taste in my mouth. Like that's the second time in my life I've been burned by a franchise.
Are they gonna build a whole new engine for 16?
They have to.
Oh my god.
they don't have to. They probably will, but they don't have to.
Oh my god, that game's gonna take forever.
I guess they can't use the Luminous engine anymore
Why not?
because it fucking sucked.
I was gonna say, serious question. Why not?
They really sucked. They were having so many problems. That was like why it took them so long, because they were working with it and they're like, this doesn't work with what we want to do for 15, but we have to compromise since it's already like fucking like 3 months to launch. Like they kept cutting content out of there. They said that they wanted the Leviathan fight to be a lot more
You mean
involved.
an actual fight?
Yeah, like they wanted it to be a lot more involved, but it just ended up like being like quick time events essentially.
Yeah, instead of me going through the motions of the final boss fight like half of 50% of the game earlier. Because when you get to the final boss fight,
fuck that fight.
It's Leviathan all over again.
It's so that still makes me angry just thinking about that final fight. I was like, how much of an insult can you make, like to like dedicated players everywhere? Like that's bullshit. Open world my ass, and not every game needs to be open world. Persona 5 is an open world, for God's sake.
Not every game needs to be open world. Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, that absolutely is true. It needed to have that much customization and options, but it didn't need to be open world. It just needed to be a little bit more of a sandbox.
I like sandbox.
I don't like sandbox, to be completely honest. GTA does not appeal to me in the slightest. Like all of those kinds of games, it's like, okay, it's a sandbox. Like, what am I doing besides, like the same thing over and over again, like an open world game?
I did like Infamous though.
I mean, Infamous was a new spin on it. You know what I mean? And it had that extra mechanic of like good versus evil, and like your choices actually mattered. Which, by the way, I'm not going to talk about it, but I think that ties into what I want to talk about with Persona 5.
I wonder if Sucker Punch gonna unveil their new game at E3. I hope so. It's been like 3 years.
Well, I am officially out of SP.
No,
yeah, just leave.
I'm still in the fight, Brian.
Okay, just dodge, die.
How many ways have you beat George?
I think this is 3, but it's cool because I can't die.
Okay, cool. Just keep using a triple down with Haru if she's in your party, and give her defense ups.
I can't die.
Highest ballad.
Yeah.
Is it because you have a persona that's immune to physicals?
I have a Ara Habaka, and he reflects physical and gun. So every time they hit me, they just get hit back. But they also
Bitchin'.
resist physical, so they get hit back for less than what I want them to. Ooh,
Milady.
I just crit with triple down. Turn up.
Yeah, that's why I love her. Like, one shot,
Another-
one kill is my favorite ability in that game. But yeah, back to the topics at hand. Let me pull that back up. I keep forgetting what the topics are. I wrote them.
Jeez. I mean, we were still kind of rolling off the SNES Classic thing.
I mean, well, the whole point of it is this, like, the rumors are like, it's nice and it would be cool if they did one eventually, but like, it's way too soon. They just discontinued the SNES, not the SNES, the NES. Like, they're not making any more models.
I got a rant for people about that.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't have a rant. I got some salt for people about that.
Quit bitching. Not you, but them.
No, I read a very passionate Game Informer article about how it was unfair and a bunch of other words that, you know, not everybody could obtain one. And the writer of this article
was 15.
Well, nah. I was gonna be like, the writer of this article also kind of used like a text correspondence between him and his wife and like the attempts of him trying to pre-order one for her or something like that. And it's like, now I get it, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel bad that a bunch of people couldn't get one. But if I remember correctly, these were limited edition, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's, I don't know what to say. Like, it's one thing if it were, you know, the Switch. Like, I get that, because that's something that they're trying to sell. That's their thing. That's their main line right now. But for this thing where it's like, hey guys, we got this for a limited time. I'm done with the Boss Rush, by the way.
Good for you.
So something that is like, hey, you know, we'll do this for a little bit and get them while they're hot. And you don't get them while they're hot, like, them's the breaks. Scalpers are the worst.
It's not like the Take Your Heart edition that was in like Supreme Supply.
Yeah. But
I still use that school bag, by the way.
Well, I mean, that's not even a limited edition though. Like, it even says on the box premium, you know.
Yeah.
Like with premium membership, you know, you pay a little more, you get a little more. So heck, like, you could probably still see more of those floating around for a while, just because Atlas loves to take your money. But I mean,
and your heart.
Oh god. But if something's like limited in print, and that's with everything. That's not necessarily like, you know, me trying to make a rant at everything or tell old dude that he's wrong. But you know, if it's one thing that, you know, Nintendo tends to not have enough of something, but if they tell you that they're not gonna have enough of this, then that, you know, that should be just as more.
That's motivation to go out and, you know, fucking buy it.
Yeah, that's cause to roll up and flex on somebody and get it how you can. You can't just like sit around and wait on it or hope that you can waltz in the store one day and get it. And you can't say that even for a limited edition they didn't make a lot, because if the NES Classic outsold the Wii U, they had to make at least a significant amount. So
now
that's my piece on that.
Yeah. And I just it really hit home. Like I like was surprised at how many people were just like obsessed with their nostalgia. I was like, these games aren't even that good. Like, what are you buying this for?
No, I got my mom's for Christmas, because I know she likes, playing Mario and Gradius and all that, and whatever was on there. I don't even remember off the top of my head. But I went back and tried to play some of those for myself, and I'm like, which, granted, anybody's excuse will be like, oh, well, you're spoiled by what you have now. No, I grew up playing some of those
I grew up with this shit.
Yeah, but it's still like, out of the 30, I'll play about 10 of them. Because, I mean, Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, Final Fantasy's on there. Super Mario Bros, Metroid. But other than that,
these aren't power stairs. Like, it's just a collection of shit.
yeah.
And then like a few gems.
Yeah, I'll body a homie in Tecmo Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I used to get it that with my bruh, but yeah, and it'll be the same for the SNES Classic. I think that's also something that kind of, well, it won't be the exact same, but it'll probably be similar for it. And that's also something that I guess kind of irks me too. For people to kind of look back on it with rose-colored glasses, and for people to want them to do this thing when, from a business standpoint, it's probably not the safest option.
Tomorrow's May the 4th. Be with you.
I hate Star Wars.
I completely forgot about it. I was like so busy with my work schedule that I forgot it was May.
Star Wars sale on PSN too on tomorrow. Battlefront and a whole bunch of like miscellaneous games.
Yeah, fuck it. Not happening. Unless they make the pre-order for Battlefront 2 somehow less.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, if they discount pre-orders for that, that'd be pretty lit. Because my understanding is that this Battlefront 2 is supposed to actually be pretty good. Comparable to OG Battlefront 2.
Yeah, I looked at it for a little bit, and just what they showed, I was impressed. It's everything that I bitched about. So let's do that. As long as they have local co-op, that's the best possible thing that could happen.
You mean outside of survival mode?
Yeah, that was bullshit. I will say.
I enjoyed it somewhat.
But yeah, nostalgia, guys, like, it's great. It's a great thing, but like, there's only a few games, like, and we're still on the NES topic, but there's only a few games in the world like that really resonate with some people. And even then, I do say some people, like, different things for different like people, like different strokes for different folks. But I can play Kingdom Hearts 1, even though it's been remastered. That's still like the same old game. Like, it aged very well for me. A lot of that game is muscle memory to me, and it's fantastic in my opinion, and I love it. And I love Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, you can like argue all you want about their faults. Like, I'm aware of them, but I still play the shit out of those games because they're fun to me. Not because I think I'm supposed to like them. Like, I know that they're good and I enjoy it. But don't get lost in like a wave of nostalgia, because not everything is meant to be experienced again. Like, only a few games are really timeless. Like, just because it's old doesn't mean it's good.
Final Fantasy VII. I say that facetiously. I really do.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, I understand. Like, my personal least favorite game in this franchise is like everybody's least favorite, and it's like 3.
3 was your favorite?
No, 3 is my least favorite. Fuck.
Okay, I thought I heard you on this, so I was like, what? Really?
If I had to pick my favorite, it would probably be like.
I can't breathe in space. What is this mess?
My favorite, like, objectively.
Oh.
Would be probably 6. But then my favorite subjectively would be 8.
I hear more and more people saying 8, and it kind of makes me like.
It's going to come back, I think.
Yeah, not like it matters to me, but it still kind of makes me a bit happy. I think it makes me just happy not to hear 7.
I mean, seven's
Also-
like a good all-around game. I'm sorry we moved into this topic. It's a good all-around game. Like, it does a lot of things right, but it's like a jack of all trades. It's like, it doesn't excel in anything, but it's a good, solid game, and I love it. That was the first one I played outside of Dissidia.
Master of none.
Exactly. And I think it did a lot of things right, and it didn't do a lot of things right, but it was a good step in the right direction. I think that 6 is the most realized Final Fantasy game, using what they had and like pushing it to its absolute limit.
I push and I push.
I really fucking like 12. I was talking to Alexis about this. I was like, oh, like, she's asking me, what do you want for your birthday? And I was thinking, oh, you can give me like fucking Final Fantasy 12. Yeah, I want the Zodiac Age. I said I love that game. When I played it, I never actually got to finish it because my PS4 fried. I mean, PS3 fried before I could finish it.
Yeah, 12 will do that.
But it was a great game, and I played the shit out of it. I think I had like over 200 hours in it, like just dicking around. But it was she's like, I hate that game. Like, that's the first Final Fantasy or RPG that I really just couldn't stand. I was like, well, I mean, it's fine. Not a lot of people like it. I do. I like Evilise. But yeah, next topic. What are we watching currently as far as anime goes? Because I'll go ahead and start. Like, I was watching My Hero Academia. I think I'll wait another 2 weeks or so before I go back and start like binge watching it. Because I do have a hankering for it, but I'm like, I need about like 6 or 8 episodes out before I can like actually watch the season. I just caught up to Berserk because I like didn't watch it for a month, and then I binged it with Alexis, and so that's what I'm watching weekly now. And then I guess I might start watching Arrow manga Sensei because that looks funny. And then like whatever rom-com bullshit comes out of the season, because I'm a slut for romance and comedy and tits. They were watching that Love Tyrant thing that came out that's like supposedly like a Death Note parody. I don't like it. I think it's atrocious, but it's still funny. Like, I still call it.
Already giving us a Death Note parody.
Huh?
I said Warner Brothers already giving us a Death Note parody.
They're giving us a Death Note adaptation.
Yeah, parody.
Yeah, you like, it was really funny because people are like, they're whitewashing it. I was like, it's an American cast, and they gave them American names. They're not even Japanese people in this movie.
Poor kids dub.
Yeah, like they're not. Fuck. It's not whitewashing if it's meant to be American.
I hope his name isn't Light. I hope it's Shadow.
It's still Light.
Instead of Light Yagami is Light Turner, and Misa Amane is
No, you should name him Timmy Turner, and
give him buck teeth.
Give him buck teeth. It should have been Cosmo and Wanda.
But yeah, like, I don't agree with people like being mad about that being whitewashed, because it's not been whitewashed. That's inaccurate.
We 4 kids boys.
It's an American adaptation of a Japanese property.
Yeah, what about this Full Metal Alchemist movie?
That looks good. Maybe.
Dude, I hate the way that the Japanese make movies.
How so?
It looks so weird.
You mean the filter that they use, and
the
as
filter
far as
and it just looks cheap.
I know, like I think that's just a Japanese cinema thing, because that was the same thing with Shin Godzilla. Because sometimes I could notice it that it looked weird, like really weird. But most of the time it looked fine.
It's like never a sometimes for me. It's an always for me.
I think that's mostly their anime movies, though.
Something resolution, this, that, broadcast.
But I'm super into oh shit, sorry. I was getting an email from Ticketmaster about my concert tickets for NSP.
Oh.
I am going to see Ninja Sex Party later this month.
Get a load of this guy.
Name 10 concerts you've been to. I've been to 2.
I went to Warped Tour.
I think I've been to an Alan Jackson concert. Like, I went with my dad. He's like, hey, you want to go? I was like, all right, whatever. And that was like when I was 10. And that was it. And this will be my second one.
Freydyne. Oh my god.
I've never been to a concert. I don't care about music that much.
I have to really...
I've been to 3 WWE shows.
That counts. That's just a different kind of concert.
That should be fun as hell if you can get the crowd behind you.
Oh god.
Now,
we didn't know who this jobber was. We were like, who is this guy? You suck.
Electric Mastro says hello in the chat. Hi there.
Hello.
Thank you for tuning in.
I don't know who you are, but thanks, man. Or woman.
That was sexist. He could be both.
You could at least given me time to try to pull up the profile or something. And nah, you had to go and
assume genders.
You just assume his gender? Triggered.
You just said his, so yes, you did too.
I'll stop. Anyway,
yeah, we can't get into this loop. It's an endless loop.
We get viewers, and then y'all got to go and do this.
Now, I do want to talk about the what was it called? The anime torrent site that got like pulled down.
No, yeah. I heard nothing about this. Tell me all about it.
Okay, so let me pull up the article in Anime News Network because that's where I saw it. Let's see. Because it was on the group, like the anime club, like a day ago.
Let me hear this.
Well, while you're looking for it, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this right now. Dominatrix Live is best live.
Oh my god.
I already said I believe you.
Did you download the CW app yet?
No.
Boy, if you don't.
I've been so busy. I'm thinking about paying for HBO Go, though, as soon as, like, because I want to watch Game of Thrones in June.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't have free HBO anymore.
Congrats, guys. We went back down to 1 viewer.
How many did we have?
2.
Shit.
Caitlin and that guy. I'm pretty sure the 1 viewer is still on.
And Liz left.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised. Sorry, I just saw a visual novel that was all about the titties. Let's see. I'm looking for it. Okay, here it is. Why are anime torrenting sites disappearing? All right, here's the link. But yeah, basically what it is, it's basically the Nya site. It was a giant it was a giant torrent site that like most of like the big like websites get their anime from, like to stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like they pull their torrents and their videos from that like conglomerate, and it just went down like with no ceremony. And people are like, oh, well, at first they were like, hey, it's down for maintenance, and then they're like, no. And then like a few other people that are like involved with like getting like the torrents down said like we could consider the site dead because it's been inactive with like no ceremony at all. No one's commented on anything. And it's not because any legal action was taken against it. It was probably what the article is saying. It's probably because like the owner of the site got kind of spooked by new laws. So he took it down for a bit or permanently. But from what George says is that this happens quite often.
Don't construe the words.
You said it happens every so often.
Every so often. You said quite often. I was like, ooh boy, ooh. Chill out there. Chill out though. Every now and then.
Every now and then.
Because European Court of Justice criminalized linking to pirated content.
That'll do it.
So,
let's see. Yeah, that's
probably gonna go down is do the thing and then just base it out of somewhere else.
Yeah, they were really listing, like, they're like, hey, it's basically they're saying, like, it's unlikely that legal action was taken against the site, because they said they've been trying to do this shit for years, like, take legal action against it, but it never works. And they were citing, like, instances where Funimation was like, hey, they, like, targeted, like, 1,337 anonymous users of NIA for a legal action, and that was in 2011. That was 7 years ago, or yes, 7 years ago. And then the Japanese government was like, hey, that's a piracy site. We need to try and attack it or get it taken down or something. And then they couldn't do shit about that. That was 3 years ago. But they're saying that people are still getting the anime ripped from different sources. So they're saying that it doesn't really matter that it's gone. We're still getting, like, pirated anime. I shouldn't say we. People are still getting.
We knew what you meant.
I mean, I watch my shit on Crunchyroll. Or I try to, at least.
I watched Boruto on Crunchyroll this morning.
I did my debt to society.
Yeah, crazy.
Boruto comes out at 5 in the morning. No, 4:30 in the morning every Wednesday.
A day earlier than Naruto.
It works out perfectly. Because, like, 30 minutes after that, I go to work.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't watch any anime during the week. It always has to be, like, the weekend, and it's usually, like, around lunchtime or so. And not lately these past few weekends, except for, like, last Saturday, because I was actually trapped where I was for a bit because drunk.
Cause drunk.
Yeah. But no, like, I've been playing Persona 5 like a motherfucker. And then I beat that, and then I like took a break, and started playing Kingdom Hearts again to, like, do, like, the 100% run. But yeah. So about the anime site, like, I just wanted to, like, mention the article from Anime News Network, and I just wanted to comment on it, like, cause it's the same thing. Like, we see this constantly, and they're right. Like, pirating's not going to go away, and if there's an outlet that's been erased, like, you better damn well be sure that someone else will take up the torch and start it all over again. Like, people are fearless. Like, they don't give a fuck. And pirating will not go away. It's not like it can magically just go away with good intentions. Like, support your official release, like, by all means, because, like, that's how you get more stuff. Like, if you love a company, if you love a product, give them your money. I paid for the Persona 5 soundtrack. That's unusual for me.
That's your fault. That's your fault. Hey, Brian, how you doing?
That's unusual for me. I wanted to give them my money because I was so impressed. Last Surprise will make me nut forever and ever. Like,
well,
now.
Well, there.
I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Like, that song makes me nut. And then you listen to Whims of...
All right.
All right, but then have you listened to Whims of Fate, George?
Probably without knowing the name.
It's a female vocalist. It's basically about the casino. It's on a spoiler. You know you're gonna go to the casino eventually. Like, it's the theme song for that.
Okay.
It's great. and it's extremely sexy. And every time I hear it, like, and it's not the intentional thing, but I always think about like Akira and Makoto getting it down to this song.
Getting it down.
Getting it down. Doing the deed.
That's
Bow chicka wow wow.
Doing those weird noises that you're making.
Doing the Zoidberg.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Doing the whoopee. Making whoopee. Oh god.
Got some problems, dog.
I'm sorry, it's just a great song. Did you see what I posted in the chat about like that like string of like pictures that was taking like something from like 22 Jump Street?
Nah.
And it was like so it was taking that scene where it's like, gentlemen, we've got a huge fucking problem. And they're like, what's the problem? And like, this is the fucking problem. And it's a picture, and they're like, basically it was that, but switched around to where Akira, it's like Sai Nijima's like, okay, we got an issue, and Akira and Ryuji are like, okay, what's the issue? And she turns a picture around, and it's a picture of you sitting with Makoto. And Ryuji's like, oh my god, he's fucking the prosecutor's sister. And he's running around telling everybody. And it's just Akira slowly like getting more and more like, oh shit, to Sai's like angry face.
Oh my goodness.
I cried at work when I read that. Like, I busted out laughing.
I'm gonna link you to something good old Drewski sent me.
Do it. Makoto's the best waifu and the canon waifu, apparently.
Oh no, it's not Makoto related at all. I mean, what I'm about to sing you isn't Makoto related at all. Yeah, Atlas legitimately, I guess, wants you to do this. They throw her at you. Oh god, do they throw her at you?
Oh no, like Makoto, I think. And she was always the intended like waifu, and I wonder why her specifically. I wonder if when they made the character, they're just like, oh shit, well, I really like this character I made. Let's push her.
I know the link is long. That's because it's like a YouTube link converted through Facebook, but it's fine. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna watch it just for old time's sake. Also, I hate this dungeon.
Oh my god! This is just like when I read that comic strip. Jesus Christ. I can't fucking... Oh, shit. Ooh. Oh, George, you're wrong for doing that on stream. Ugh.
Hearing Brian cackle... It's the
God.
fucking shit.
That was a cackle, all right.
Oh, God. Oh.
Oh, whoa, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get myself together.
About 30 to 45 minutes ago.
Fuck. Fuck. You need to just isolate this bit from the audio and make it its own video. Highlights. We got a highlight reel going on. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm done. Anyway. Next topic. We're gonna have pirated anime forever. Anyway. Next big thing.
Yeah. One Piece. Wah.
Oh god. Screw Attack released their death battle of Natsu and Ace today. Have either of you watched it yet?
No,
Nope.
I don't plan on watching it.
So I watched it when I figured out it was out. Spoiler alert for anybody who wants to watch it. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Natsu beat the fuck out of Ace.
Yeah, I'm sure he did, and I'm sure it took 5 hits.
No, it didn't actually. What they did, they were like, okay, so the final result was like, they're like, okay, so they both have fire powers, and they both have trouble being hit. They're like, okay, so Ace can't be hit by physicals because he can turn his body into fire. Natsu can eat fire and regain stamina, so they're like, okay, it's a stalemate, like for all intents and purposes, like it's a stalemate. But because Natsu has the lightning dragon mode, like on top of like the fire like mode, he can use a separate element. And because Logias can't separate like cancel out other Logia abilities, can get hit by the thunder and the lightning, and then get fried. And so that ended up like breaking the stalemate, was that lightning mode that we haven't seen him use in I don't know how many arcs.
I mean, are you sure that's how that would go?
I mean, they avoided the idea of like him eating Ace. Like that was the thing that I was always thinking. I was like, can he actually eat Ace?
That's the most logical one to happen.
Yeah,
I don't think lightning would have done anything.
I mean, I don't know. Like, and they also didn't mention hockey at all, which I don't know how it would play into it, but I don't know.
Hockey would have most definitely played into it.
Because they were like, okay, so Ace has incredible durability and willpower, but he's like really hot-headed, but they're like, so is Natsu, so Natsu has the speed, Ace has the durability and like the high evasion stat. So I got that part of it, and I was like, okay, this is playing out exactly how I thought it would, but why is it Natsu eating Ace? I was like, that would end it very quickly. But yeah, so I'm not happy with the result because like Natsu's
that whole lightning thing is just irking me, because the only reason why
Akainu could have killed Ace is because he was hotter than him.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I'm just happy to be here.
The whole thing with Aokiji and Akainu makes sense because lava would burn the shit out of ice.
And we see that motherfucker got burnt. Lost a fucking leg.
It's okay. He still has an ice leg.
But I really like Screw Attack for trying. But it's like they avoid sometimes they avoid like the most obvious answers because they want to draw out the fight and make it look good. And they ignore like other things to like tweak it the way that they want it to go. Because like they do their research and all, but like once they determine like from a numbers standpoint of like who would win, I feel like they're just kind of determined that he would win. The Guts and Nightmare fight makes sense because it's Guts versus Nightmare. Guts should have won, by all means, but when they're crunching down like two people who basically can't be killed by each other's powers, and like making it to where like a completely like separate power is the tiebreaker, like I called bullshit on that a little bit. I was like, then why did you make this matchup to begin with if you knew like what was going to break the tie? And half of me think it's like clickbait, almost in a way.
It's hard to start a flame war.
Quite literally a flame war. I mean, like, at least people aren't like super like fanboy about Ace. At least in my opinion. Like, I don't say anybody. Like, I don't like Ace that much.
Yeah, Brian, that's you. Brian, don't you remember that One Piece popularity poll from like 2 years ago?
Oh shit, you're right. I'm so wrong. I'm so sorry. Ace was really fucking popular.
Ace was number 5.
And he's dead.
Ace is dead, and he's probably only been in like 5% of the story.
Yeah, like that was the thing that got me. I was like, why do people like this man so much? He's not been in the story except for a plot device.
But
I was like, he's cool and all, but shit. It's not like he's an amazing character.
I mean, he's no Trafalgar D. Waterlaw, but
yeah, it's like at least Law has a fucking character. Like Ace is just like, oh, well, he has a character, but it's not a good one.
Well, I mean, that's not fair.
It's like retroactive. It's like you. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how far ahead Oda thinks, and I assume that he plans ahead pretty far in advance. But it's like Ace's backstory and like his character were added on as after effects when it was already set in stone that he would die, and it was just to give sympathy for the reader, well, I mean, to like sympathize with him.
When Ace was first introduced, he still acted the same way that he did when he was a kid.
Oh yeah. Like, but that was just a taste. Like, we didn't really get to know him. And by the time we got to see him again, he lost and he got captured. And then it was like, okay, well, we can't see him really shine and be his own character because he's stuck in this position.
That's what the flashback was for.
I know, and that's why I had a problem with his character, because it's like you're retroactively making me want to like him.
You know they're doing they're doing a spin-off Ace anime.
I know. Anime, or is it a story?
No, I think it's anime. Because there was like a 22 pages of like a cover story that Oda did with Ace, covering the time between he left the
Luffy and before he fought Blackbeard.
Blackbeard. So I guess they're gonna make an anime out of that. I mean, that's not. I'm completely fine with that.
That's like an OVA. That's like a 3-episode OVA at best.
I'll watch that. It's not like I'm getting 15 hours of Itachi
or Kakashi.
Trying to see what this man George is trying to get me to see.
George, what the fuck?
I also got that from Drew.
It's really funny because Yukari's voice, actually, the voice actress for that sentence character that has Yukari's head sounds a lot like Yukari.
George, you know I love Futurama.
Yeah. Excessive power only leads to...
Do you want a tip, George?
I guess.
Try and max out that strength social link as best you can.
Who's strength again? The twins?
Yeah, the twins. Max it out because that is extremely useful. Like, it also like keeps you on your toes as far as like power scaling as the levels as the dungeons progress.
I was doing fine, and then I like botched up getting Ame no Uzume with. I botched up getting Ame no Uzume with Dog Sai. So it just kind of all fell apart from there. I love the public execution.
I've never used it. What happens?
You randomly fuse with somebody online.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I might do that now next time I get that open.
Yeah, it's like, because Igor goes to explain that there are, other thieves just like you, when you're connected to the Thieves Guild, and by cooperating with them, you can do a public execution. So I don't know if it's just like based on whatever's in somebody else's compendium, or like if somebody else has recently like tried to do a public execution, but that's pretty much how it works. And if the resulting persona ends up being a higher level, they don't care. You still get to keep it and use it.
You get the fucking like the world persona on accident.
I mean, yeah. Mess around and farm money. and just keep rehashing like strong DLC persona, and boom, public execute like Thanatos or somebody.
Don't you mean Thanatos Picaro?
Either or, you get two. You get base Thanatos and Thanatos Picaro.
Like, are their abilities any different?
No, they're the same. Except you can fuse things with Thanatos Picaro to get Thanatos, and then I think vice versa.
Well, all right then. But yeah, that's the end of that topic. Our last topic for tonight is going to be we were going to do something fun, and it is we're going to make a 4-man team based up of our favorite anime characters and who we would want in like a dream team. And basically where this came from, it's something that Shelly suggested because like a lot of YouTubers have been like doing like, oh, let me do like my 3-man pirate crew or like my 4-man squad for Naruto, Ninja Squad, whatever. And we're just doing it with everybody in any anime and making it. It's basically a popularity poll, but also like who would you want on your side? And I don't know. Like I did mine based on like a power scaling and like balancing out personality traits, like 'cause I thought that would be fun. Shelly just did his favorite characters, and then I don't know what the fuck George has in his. But let's go ahead and start with George.
What, really? Okay.
Yeah. You are the wild card.
From
Yeah.
from doing the whole from playing like a bunch of Overwatch, I'm kind of just on the whole, all right, let me assemble a meta. Let me get roles, tank, DPS, support, whatever. And what I came down to was for attack, Rock Lee, because why not?
Okay. All right. Good start.
Toph Beifong.
Oh fuck! I ain't thinking.
Shelly got to redo the whole list now.
He's like, shit. I forgot Avatar was anime.
I don't consider it like Japanese anime. What we were doing.
Oh, you son of a bitch! I feel so bad for you.
That earth bending lends itself defensively, but I mean she can also play offensively. She's a switch. I got one of those.
Yeah, she got the metal bending too, bro.
That too, dog. She's a walking fortress. And then Kokonoe from Blaze Blue. Because the whole being a scientist and have like a crap ton of technology at her disposal. But in the Blaze Blue universe, she's also like the daughter of like the strongest known magician in Blaze Blue. So she's got that balance between science and magic. It can lend her a really good support role. And then just for balance, who I had on balance? I was torn, but I'll give it to Kakashi.
After Sharingan or before Madara ripped out Sharingan?
Oh my god, stop that.
Before or after
Sharingan.
Before or after Susanoo, because you can't have that shit.
I can't have that. I can't
no,
have that.
You can't have Susanoo. You can't have Susanoo Kakashi.
I don't care about Susanoo.
It's bandit tournaments.
I just care about Kakashi with the 2 Sharingans.
It's bandit tournaments.
He don't gotta use Susanoo. It seemed to work for about an hour, maybe a couple of hours. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
my list.
We'll have that whole 2 hours where Kakashi too.
I'm just saying, the whole time Kakashi was Hokage, I am surprised the Leaf Village was safe. Because I don't believe Kakashi was the strongest ninja in that village.
Okay. So, okay. So my list is little Konohamaru from Naruto.
Little.
Not big Konohamaru, just little Konohamaru.
Word up.
We've got Pikachu from Pokemon.
You for real.
And
I didn't know we were doing animals.
Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service.
What?
He's doing this on purpose.
And what's her face with the rabbit from One Piece? The one that was on crack.
What do you have typed out? What do you actually have typed out?
Are you talking about Carrot?
Yeah, whatever her fucking name was. The one that was.
Have you seen Carrot in the anime? Carrot looks good.
Carrot. I just remember her being like fucking hyped on coffee or something because that bitch was on. That was picture's tweet.
Brian, I actually watched One Piece this past Saturday. I think I'm actually just gonna watch the whole Whole Cake Island arc.
I might start doing that too. I thought about it. I
haven't laughed at a One Piece episode so much in my life.
I haven't laughed at one of our streams this much in a long time.
I'm just watching them eat this chocolate house.
Did they introduce pudding into this one?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, was it at the end of the episode?
You get like a good 5 minutes of pudding.
Okay. Okay, so my actual list, because I basically I did a little bit of what George did. It was like considering like power scaling, but I also wanted a good like personality, dynamic to it. So my first one is Kanji. What's his last name, George? Tatsumi. Okay.
Oh, from High School DxD?
No, Kanji Tatsumi from Persona 4. Because he's like the well-to-do like badass delinquent, and he's got like a heart of gold, but he's really stupid.
The arena version with the folding chair.
Yeah, with the folding chair, and he's got his persona like tier 1 persona, since that's just as powerful based on like yeah. I don't know Japanese. I've got Saber from Fate Stay Night because she's no nonsense. She's got powerful AOE attacks. She's good at like hand-to-hand combat, got the speed, and she's really resistant to magic. And I thought that she would be like a good like mom figure for the other two, for everybody else. I've got Shirke from Berserk. She's the mage. She's got like good, amazing AOE effects. She's also a summoner. And she's really. I didn't want Griffith because I've got Alucard in here.
But he could just
spoilers.
Everybody.
No. I've got Shirke, but Shirke, like, because she's a summoner and she's also like the resident lolly, and I like to imagine that she and Kanji have like this like brother and sister relationship going on, or he's just like, I'll take care of you and I'll make you stuffed animals, and she's like, shut the fuck up, I have my golems and stop treating me like a child. And then Saber's like the mom, and then you've got Alucard, who's like the wild card of the group, and he's got like amazing like durability, and he's practically insane, but I imagine that like Saber is kind of like his what's her face, what is her name in Hellsing? Her name's Hellsing, her last name's Hellsing, but can't remember her name. Fuck.
Oh.
Varys or something like that. What's her name? What his master's name? The white-haired lady that's his master in Hellsing. I can't remember her name.
Lady Integra?
Integra, that's what it is. What'd I come up with Varys from?
Game of Thrones?
Whatever.
Sir Integra, probably. Sorry.
Sir Integra.
They do that.
So Saber would be his Sir Integra, and I imagine that they would be able to keep each other. They would like play off of each other since they're like the super powerful ones of the group. But they're also like authoritative. Saber's the fucking king of legend, and then Alucard's just like, oh yeah, I like you. You're kind of hot, but he's like subservient because I bet that Saber would be able to like put him in his place.
You and your kinks, man.
I don't. It's not a kink. I just think that this group would be fun to play off of. I would love to make a
But
headcanon.
you have one.
Yes, I have a kink. Makoto is my kink.
Sure.
But yeah, that's my list, and I think that would be a fun. That would be a great fan fiction to have.
I don't know. I like your other list better.
Fucking Carrot, Kiki for Kiki's delivery service, Pikachu, and Little Konohamaru. I really just wanted that list just to give an excuse to put Kiki from Kiki's delivery service. Like, what the fuck can she even do?
Fly?
That's it. Konohamaru can make a fucking Rasengan.
Not Little Konohamaru.
No, he can't. All he can do is
Throw rocks.
throw rocks and transformation jutsu. And then you've got Pikachu. Pikachu's the strongest person on that list.
What level?
I don't know. He resets every gen. I'm gonna say Pikachu with Volt Tackle. Since that's my personal favorite Pikachu.
Hold on, I'm gonna put a level 5 Snobby on my team.
Oh shit, I lose now. Wait, who was my fourth person? It was Pikachu, Little Konohamaru, Kiki for Kiki's delivery service, and Carrot. Yeah, Carrot can't do shit either.
Actually, no, Carrot's very strong. Carrot's actually probably the strongest person on that team.
Bullshit.
Dude, Carrot's a warrior. Carrot for Straw Hat.
No, I didn't mean Carrot. I'm not talking about the bunny. I'm talking about the fucking girl.
Who?
From Annie's Lobby. What was her name? The one with the blue rabbit.
Oh, her?
Yeah, that's who I was talking about. I couldn't remember her name. I was like, oh, Karen, okay. Her name's like Pudding, not Pudding. What's her name?
I do not remember her name. I feel like it starts with a C.
I do feel like it starts with a C. And that's what I thought was Carrot.
I think that's just me thinking about them being on crack.
Yeah, that was who I was thinking of. I was like, that's why Pikachu's the strongest guy ever.
It made me so hyper going, yeah.
Just like freaking out, tweaked out. I was wondering why Carrot didn't feel right, but also felt right. I'm gonna look up Annie's Lobby arc on One Piece Wikia and just like look up this character's name.
All right, for my team, the leader of our group's gonna be Neji, because that nigga's a genius. He only died because Naruto's a bitch.
Accepted.
Accepted.
Yusuke, he's gonna be our frontline guy, because he can just handle anybody. Just leave that to Yusuke. Our tank's gonna be Sesshomaru, because if anyone gets past Yusuke, Sesshomaru can just take him out. Or if it's just a giant monster or something, he can turn into a giant dog.
Her name's Chimney.
See, I knew it started with a C.
Yeah. Okay, continue your story.
And for the last person, Morgiana from Magi, because she's just badass. So why not? And I needed a girl. That way it wouldn't just be a complete sausage fest.
Agreed.
If it was a complete sausage fest, it would be Trafalgar D. Waterlaw. Because I need a doctor. Because I'd get hurt. I'd probably trip or something.
I'm just looking up Chimney, and I'm looking at her post time skip, and I'm like, okay, well, that's nice, I guess.
Have you seen her post time skip?
She was on a cover page.
Put in the group chat.
Hold on. Is this easy mode? All right, there's the article. That's her post time skip.
We're just gonna assume her grandma died.
No, she's still alive too, dumbass.
No, I'm just gonna assume.
Yeah, Kokoro is still alive.
No one should let her drive a train.
Kokoro is still Doki Doki.
Yeah. I forgot that bitch was a mermaid.
Yeah, she is. Who did not see that coming? Everybody.
No one did. No one.
It's like, who didn't
Now
see
I'm
that
looking
coming? Everybody.
Now I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at her as a young mermaid, and I'm like, damn.
Oh yeah, like it was just like a hot bod, and then everything else is just awful.
No. Like, look at it. I'll send you the link to her article. Look at her picture as a young mermaid.
I want you to look at it.
Look at it! Look at it!
Just buy incredibly strong persona. Who needs to get items, right?
Exactly.
Time
Get
to
something.
pay my-
George, as long as you have a physical resistant persona, or like immune, you're good.
Brian, I have no clue how that happened.
No one knows how it happened. I don't remember. I forgot her existence.
No, I remember she existed. I doubt we'll ever see them again.
It says she has a unique laugh, which begins with na and continues with ga. So it turns into na ga 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 ga. No.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all still there?
Yeah.
No.
I
No.
was hoping I didn't like freeze again. Yeah, no, obviously you guys are gone.
Well, yeah, that is a. I think that's a stream, guys.
I mean, if it looks like a stream, sounds like a stream.
Wait, when's E3?
Well, let's go to Google.
Sometime in June, I can tell you off the top of my head.
It's definitely in June.
Well, you know shit. June 13th to 15th.
Okay.
Oh, snap. Hold up.
What?
No.
Let's see. Sony does their stuff on a Monday. I'll probably just call off work. Just cause.
Oh, it says that today they just announced the press conference date for today.
Yeah,
it's gonna be on June 12th, Monday, at 6 p.m. PT.
They always do it on a Monday. Microsoft changed though, because they usually do it on Mondays too, but they changed it to Sunday.
I might just watch it while I'm at work. Even though streaming's gonna be really shitty on that Wi-Fi, I'll just keep up with it. I'll use up all my data for that because as long as I'm not like in calls constantly. But it is a Monday, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, Sony stuff is at night.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah.
It did say 6 p.m., didn't it? I was like, okay, well, I'll be fine then. Are we gonna stream that day? We have to.
Yeah, we kind of have to.
Yeah, we have to do a live reaction to A3.
Ooh, that means I need to hop into the living room. Might have to get on camera. Yeah. Look, y'all might just have to take them days off and come to the crib.
I can't do it on a Monday.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm already there's no way I can do that because I'm already taking 2 days off this month, and I only have like I think 3 days of PTO accrued. Like I wanted to. I honestly thought about it for coming up for my birthday. I still might, if you want me to.
When's your birthday again?
Saturday, June 24th.
If you down,
I'd be down. I wouldn't mind spending the whole weekend.
alright, well,
Could I bring Alexis?
it's a stream. I don't care.
No, Shelly, if we came and got you from Birmingham, would you willing to come like hang out with us for the weekend?
Jeez, Brian, that's roundabout. Like from Mobile to okay,
I never said my ass would be driving to Birmingham.
Yeah, that's true. He did not say that.
You said we. I ain't know.
I said we, and I was implying implicitly that it would be you.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
C&C Bros live from my couch.
Exactly. Getting drunk on a Saturday. Hopefully it'll be P5 by then. But yeah, I think, like I said, our next stream will definitely be when George beats P5. You said you're in Haru's dungeon, so I think, let's see. Let me count that off on my finger.
I'm gonna be a while.
No, you won't. You're almost there. You're at the end of Act 3. You've got
How many acts are there?
well, there's not.
Yes.
It's not actually divided in acts. Like, if I had to say, like, being cheeky, there's 5 acts. Because Futaba ends like, yeah, Futaba ends like the second half of the game, or like the second act. Haru and all that good stuff opens up the third act. And then everything that happens there, and then after the casino, that's the end of the third act. Fourth act would be like the immediate fallout from that, and then fifth act is endgame. So yes, 5 acts. Being completely tongue in cheek.
I'm gonna just get through this the way I know how.
I mean, it's you're in fucking September, and you can only go to December, so you're almost there.
But my social links.
Oh yeah, last day to do social links is the 22nd. So if you want to like boost those social stats now, like go ahead. Because that honest stop saying no. I had enough of that as it was while I was playing. I won't, without spoiling anything, there was a moment in the game that did make me cry. Like, I legit, like, kind of shed tears a little bit. And it's exactly what you think it is. Actually, I shouldn't say that, because that might be, like, you might try and spoil yourself, but think it's a spoiler, but it's not. I'll tell you after it's over.
Okay.
But, no, like, yeah, December 22nd, last day for social links. Plan accordingly. Because I did not know, and I had to look it up, and I was like, oh god. I was like, I'm rank 3 with Haru. Fuck. And I just gave up.
Well, I mean, I don't even think I got all of them in 4. That's why I'm gonna do another playthrough soon. Cause I
Oh
know I
no,
got
doing them in 4 is hard. Like, it's legitimately hard. Like, you actually have to be really strict with your time to max out all the social links and get a trophy.
I got Yosuke, Chie, Marie, Rise, Yukiko, Ryotaro, Nanako. I didn't get Kanji's because his like trigger really weird. And I didn't get Naoto's just for lack of hanging out with her. Little did I know I would need it because she ended up being like a part of my in-game team anyway.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
It was me, Teddy, Kanji, Naoto.
That's like the default party, and then I like it. After a while, I think my second playthrough I used Teddy, Kanji. Not Teddy. I stopped using Teddy. It was oh shit. It was Yukiko, Chie, and then Kanji. Because I used Narukami for debuffs, and I never buffed anybody. And I used Chie because God Hand. And that like almost always crits. It's disgusting. And then Yukiko for salvation, and then like heavy magic. And then Kanji is like extra like charged up physical attacks that like do disgusting damage. But yeah, go ahead and if focus on your social links, not your social links, your social stats if you can. Try and max them up as much as you can within reason. Because I just barely managed to get them like all maxed out by the end of the game. My playthrough, at least. Guts is the last one I did. I think Charm was the first one I maxed out because I was like, I want to date Makoto so bad. Because you need max Charm to finish hers and max her out.
You need that good charm to get it in with your girl Hifumi Togo too.
No, you need a. Oh, you need to start off.
Yeah, you have to start off charm. After that, it becomes
you need
about
max.
proficiency.
Yeah, no, you need a max intelligence to finish hers.
Okay, I thought it was proficiency.
No, proficiency, like you need max proficiency to get to rank 3 with Haru. That was the part that I was like, fuck. Like, I can't. I have no time. And so I just gave up. And, like, focused on Hifune. Which I usually did. I didn't even need to, like, swap out party members that much. And so I was like, what a waste.
I do it because I'm all symbolic and crap. It's like, yeah, you know, I'll go in with my original team and this and that. And, no.
But yeah, let's call this a stream.
Hi, stream.
Goodbye, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back with more Persona 5 reviews. Spoiler-free first, and then we will do an exclusive spoiler review and comparing it to other games. So that'll be your bonus episode.
Live from the Velvet
Room. Live from the motherfucking Velvet Room. Prison School Edition.
Oh.
Guys for prison.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in later days.